Welcome to your tour of Math with Business Apps course in Blackboard. Yeah, that's what it is. All right, so here I am. I have opened up Blackboard. You can see that I have all of my fall courses listed. The one that we're going to be working on touring today is this Math with Business Apps. So I'm going to click on that. And the student preview is on, which means I'm currently seeing on my screen, or you're seeing, what you would see in the course. To start with, the course lands on the announcement page. This is where any weekly or regular communication and reminders pop up. After that, you will see the second page is something called a Start Here. This is a required folder for the college where we take the time to introduce ourselves. We tour not only the Blackboard shell, but if there's any supporting platforms or materials that we need to use. You will also find in here just written explanations about the course, its purpose, its structure, prerequisite knowledge, things you need to know, grading scale, any kind of online expectations, what it is you need to know, some course guidelines and procedures, and any technology requirements are also listed in there. Just peruse that quickly when you get to the course. The third link on the far left side is a link to our Learning Commons. The Learning Commons is our help area. They will support you either in person or online. There are numbers for support for all courses, but the one we're going to be concerned with here is the math support. This is a fully online course, which means in the Math Center, which is a drop-in, in-person place on campus, you can either, if you are here on campus, go into the Math Center for help. It is in the Welcome building on the second floor, just above where you went in to register. If you go upstairs from where you went in to register, registration is, then you will find the Learning Center. There is also a Zoom room. I love the Zoom room simply because it does give you the option of linking to the Zoom room, and then like a breakout room from like high school, you just raise your hand if you have any questions. And then somebody will come into the Zoom room, into that group chat, and they will answer any questions you might have. But you could technically put in your earbuds, pull up the Zoom room, and not talk to anybody until you needed help. It's kind of neat. But anyway, okay. The student academic help takes you to links for different academic assistance. The Western Support Services is links to all of the different supports that we have here at Western. Please feel free to look these things over as needed. All right, now for my stuff. The first thing you will see is that you've got assignments by week. Basically what I do is I set up the assignments in weekly folders. And then once you've gotten to this part, you will want to click on the weekly folder. The first link will always be a link to our Cengage eText. The second link will always be a link to the supplemental free math book that we use for some of the materials in the course. The next will be concept practice. These are problem sets that are optional. You do not need to require them, or you do not need to complete them. They can be scored, but they are not used as a part of your grade. The fourth one here are just different tutorial videos. When we start, a lot of them are coming from the textbook. As we get into chapter 4, so before this week's material is done, you'll be referencing videos that I have created. So those are in there as well. There are 2 assignments each week. The first assignment is a problem set that is done on Cengage WebAssign. That is scored and graded. I then review it and then make note of any place where you need assistance or any references that I could further send you. And then the second part of each week, you do a project or activity. It is sort of a glorified, or just a little bit bigger than a worksheet. It's meant to be something that you download, fill out, and re-upload so that I can grade that in sort of like a little bit more of a delayed time, and we've got a little bit more back and forth with, you want to take a look at number 7 or whatever that may be, a little bit more of a conversation about that. Some of these projects can be done independently and some of them can be done in groups. If you have somebody else in the class that you would like to work with on them, just let me know and we can talk about whether or not you can do that as a group work. All right? Don't have to though. I'm not requiring group work. Okay, so when I go back out, I'm going to go back to assignments by week. The very first one here is going to be setting up Cengage WebAssign. You'll want to start there. Till you set up Cengage WebAssign, you will not be able to complete any of the WebAssign problems. So you will want to go ahead and do setting up WebAssign first. The contract instructor, oh, I thought I had this. This is where you're going to find my contact information. I'll be sure to fill that in. Course resources are just some of the resources for the course. The schedule, the syllabus, how to set up the WebAssign is there again. Redundancy is important. The supplement, some tips and words of wisdom, no big deal for there. Then we've got the course gradebook. We've only got a couple of things in there at the moment. That's okay. That'll come. I've got something called the networking lounge. It's just what I'm calling the discussion board area. The idea is that you drop in here with any questions or concerns that you might have. Occasionally I will prompt you to go to the discussion board or the network lounge to answer a question for me. I do that with the very first introduce yourself. So that will be in here as well. The syllabus and schedule is where I will put a copy of the course syllabus and of the course schedule. The tools are just links to some of the additional options that we have or to some of the links that were already there on the far left side. All right? Okay, hopefully this wasn't too overwhelming. If you've got any questions on anything, let me know. I'm happy to do another little quick walkthrough. All right, thanks.